Quite often I end up having this discussion either with a prospective student or someone who's midway through his or her GMAT preparation. Should I choose a 1-year MBA or should I go for a 2-year MBA? Right? It's a nagging question because there are quite obvious pros for the 1-year MBA and those for the 2-year MBA. Let's discuss them threadbare and then look at for whom a 1-year MBA is likely to make sense and for whom a 2-year MBA is likely to make sense. First and foremost, one clear thing that's going to help you decide whether you go for a 1-year MBA or a 2-year MBA is the geography. What do I mean by that? Look at schools in Europe, be it INSEAD, IMD, IE Spain, Judge, SAID, right? Be it England, be it France, be it Germany, be it Switzerland, wherever you look at Spain, a good lot of the top business schools offer a 1-year MBA program. So if you have signed up mentally to do your MBA from Europe, then more or less you are looking at a 1-year MBA program. An exception to this rule probably could be the London Business School. In London Business School, they provide you with the opportunity to finish this MBA in 15 months or 18 months or 21 months. That's a rarity, that's an exception. All other schools end up having a 12-month MBA. So if it is Europe, if it is geography that decides it, then we are looking at a 12-month or a 1-year MBA. So there's nothing much to discuss there. Let's look at transatlantic right now. What happens in the US? A good lot of the top business schools, the top 50 business schools, invariably end up offering a 2-year MBA program. The norm in the US is a 2-year MBA program. Do US business schools offer 1-year MBA program? They do. The ones that offer 2-year MBA program, some of them also offer a 1-year MBA program. They offer a 2-year, which is typically their flagship program. They also have a 1-year MBA program. Good names would be something like Kellogg offers a 1-year program, USA Marshall offers a 1-year program, Cornell Johnson offers a 1-year program, Cards Pittsburgh offers a 1-year program, Mendoza offers there are quite a few schools which offer a 1-year MBA program. But in each of these schools I'm mentioning that offer a 1-year program, look at it, their more popular program or the program that they are known for, they are better known for is going to be a 2-year program. So if you're signing up to do an MBA from the US, then we are actually looking at a 2-year program. So geography to a large extent decides whether you're going to go for a 1-year or a 2-year program. Let's look at it. Like there are some people who will say, I'm quite open to doing it either in the US or in the Europe. I don't have one particular preference of one country or one region over the other. That's good. That gives you some more room. So then what comes into the factors that you should consider before deciding a 1-year or 2-year MBA program? The second thing that would come into picture, if geography is not of consequence to you, is the brand name. Let's say you get admit from a school in US, school X in US and school Y in Europe. If Y has a better recognition, then it doesn't matter whether we are talking about 1 or 2-year MBA, then go with a 1-year program from Europe, from Y business school. Conversely, if it's the other way around, if X has a better brand recognition, it's a better program, right? Then it makes sense to basically go for a 2-year MBA program. So if you're open to both, then pick the school which of the admissions that you've got, be it in Europe, be it in US, pick the one which has got a better brand recognition. Even within this, for example, if one of the schools in the US which offers both a 2-year and 1-year MBA program, it's unlikely, but in the event of they offering you an admission for both their programs, choose the 2-year program over the 1-year program because their 2-year program is likely to be a popular program. So second condition, if geography is of no consequence to you, go with the brand identity. The better brand identity is what wins. Third, this is a very, very important factor. Your employability, how soon can you find a job, is going to play a crucial role when we are talking about which one do you choose. Do you choose a 1-year program or do you choose a 2-year program? Let's look at what does this mean. If you're someone who's graduated from an Indian engineering college, quite often you're going to have campus placement if you came out of a decent college. It's true for the top Indian business schools, be it the IIMs, be it ISB, any of these top business schools. You have the top-notch corporates coming to the campus in droves and recruiting you from the campus. You do not have to shake a leg, go out and look for a job. Your placement ends while you are in campus. You don't have to do anything. You just have to do justice to your academics, do well and present yourself properly and don't do anything that's nonsensical during the placement season and you'll end up with a job. Placement happens at your doorstep. That is the norm when it comes to Indian business schools. Barring quite a very few schools in the US, right, something like the M7 schools and a few other schools, campus placement is not the norm for business schools outside India. You need to fend for yourself. You need to get your job. No one is going to help you. There's going to be a career cell which is going to help you network. So what is crucial in identifying and getting a job is how well you're able to network. Let's look at it. You've studied in India, you've worked in India for 3-4 years, and then you're looking to do an MBA outside India. Do you have a network which is working in India or a network that's working outside India? You have your college mates, you have seniors, you have your colleagues, you have your parents, you have your family. All of them are predominantly India-centric. So your network begins and ends in India. You landed in France, you landed in Germany, you have no network to talk about. And then you do a one-year MBA program. This one-year MBA program is a jam-packed program. Does not give you adequate room to go and build your network. You have to speak to your campus seniors, you'll have to speak to people from your own company who probably have worked abroad. You have to look at every single way that you can increase your network in the country that you have landed up, so that you will get an opportunity to be interviewed by some potential employers. Building that network with a jam-packed 12-month program becomes very, very difficult. Let's contrast it with a 2-year MBA program. A 2-year MBA program probably has exactly the same curriculum that a 1-year MBA program has, but gives it to you over a longer period of time, which essentially means that you have the opportunity to network with your campus seniors, with your alumni, with people who are from your same college, engineering college, who have gotten into that school or from a different school. There are networking conferences, events. You'll be able to participate in all of those things. Widen your network, that your probability of landing a job is that much higher. The second component that comes to this, a 1-year program does not give you the duration. There is sometimes immersion in the 1-year program, and sometimes you don't even have an immersion, a practical training that goes with it. A 2-year program invariably gives you anything from a 10-week to a 3-month summer internship. That's a beautiful time to impress upon a potential employer how worthy a resource you are. Many of us who have landed up in the US and have done their MBA would have done justice, would have given a leg and a hand to prove to their potential employer during the summer internship that they are a worthy resource, that they end up with a job and offer at the end of their summer placement. That's a beautiful way to land up in a job. Look at it. You're still doing an MBA, and midway through the thing, you got a job. The second year is therefore going to be a breeze as far as you are concerned. So 2-year MBA gives you two things. It gives you the room to network, and it also gives you an opportunity to impress upon an employer for an extended period of time that you are likely to land up with a job from the same employer with whom you are doing your summer internship. So on both these counts, your employability factor or employability probability with a 2-year MBA in a new geography is that much better. Lastly, what would probably tilt the thing in favor of 1-year versus 2-year is basically if you are someone with a greater number of years of experience. If you have anything which is 8 or 10 years plus of experience, I would suggest that you probably can look at a 1-year MBA. If you're anyone which is sub 8 years experience, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, I think you should definitely go for a 2-year MBA program. Right? Having said all of this, let's quickly consolidate these things. Who should probably look at a 1-year MBA program? Right? 1-year MBA program is something that someone should look at it if someone has Europe as a primary country or the primary region where one wants to do an MBA. Next, if you have 8 or 10 plus years of experience, then you possibly should be looking at a 1-year MBA. Third, if the other schools that you've gotten MBA from do not have the same brand recognition as the 1-year MBA program that you've gotten into Europe, then you should go for it. And lastly, this is one set of people who can look at a 1-year MBA program. If pre-MBA, if your work took you to any of these countries in Europe, let's say you work for a Mercedes-Benz and you're placed in Germany for about 3 years during your pre-MBA days, then you already have a network that is established for you in Germany. So irrespective of whether you study in SDA Bocconi in Italy or you study in Spain or you study in France, you can essentially reach out to your network in Germany and probably land a job in Germany even if you did an MBA from some other part of Europe. So if you already have a network in Europe, either because of your previous employment or for some other reason, then you should choose this 1-year MBA program, right? I think I have told what my biases are. If you're relocating to a new geography, you need the time to network. 2-year MBA gives you the time to network. Lastly, this is probably the sweetener. A 2-year MBA is not actually a 2-year MBA program. Let's look at it. A 1-year MBA is usually a 12-month program. You can't cut corners when it's such a compressed program. A 2-year MBA program in the US starts with a fall term. Fall term starts in August. When do you graduate? Let's say you get into the school in August 2020. You're likely to graduate by April 2022. So you join in the 8th month, you graduate in the 4th month. So the 5th, 6th, 7th, 3 months are shaved off. So it's not a 2-year MBA program. End to end, it's only a 21-month program. Now, throw into this the 3-month summer internship that you do. You're not in campus, you're actually working for a company. You get paid for it during that time, right? So that is basically as good as working post an MBA. So if you take those 3 months away from the picture, you're actually talking about anything from a 17 to 18-month program and not a 24-month program. So what we're actually comparing, if you had to compare oranges to oranges or apples to apples, we're looking at a 12-month program versus an 18-month program. It's only an additional 6 months, but those 6 months will give you the room to take the program at a good pace, land up in a job. Let's be honest, that's probably the last of the education that you're going to be doing unless you plan to do a PhD. Come on, how often are you going to be going to campus? Right? Enjoy, make the best out of it. Before you leave, I want you to do two things. One, sign up as a trial user at wzko.in/core. Start with statistics and average, build momentum to your GMAT preparation, and get a handle on the teaching methodology that we adopt. And then subsequently convert it into a paid user and then unlock the remaining 19 topics. It's one of the most comprehensive online courses for GMAT Quant. Lastly, subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/Vizako. Some of you might look at the possibility of joining as a member of this channel and enjoy some member-only perks for a small monthly fee. Click on the join button, you'll get a listing of what perks are available that will give you a boost to your GMAT preparation. Best wishes.